The ground floor exterior walls are framed with pressure-treated Southern Pine 2x6s from Georgia Pacific. These solid sawn studs have a greenish tint because the chemical used to treat the lumber is a new generation preservative from Chemical Specialties, whose main ingredient is copper. It's the copper that tints the wood green. The lumber in the foundation trusses was treated with the same EPA-approved compound. Kathy Cake of the Southern Pine Council was our consultant in choosing the wood to frame the project house.
We use pressure-treated wood to help protect the home against fungal decay and termites. This gives an extra insurance to the homeowner for lifetime framing, meaning that there'll be less maintenance down the road for the homeowner. This does add a little bit of cost up front, but it's worth it in the long run to provide framing that will last you a lifetime.
Working from the blueprints, the framers pop string lines where all the walls will be. Then slowly but surely, the frame of the house begins to take shape. Once all the ground floor 2x4 interior walls are put up, and when the ground floor is fully framed, the crew begins building the foundation for the second floor using Southern Pine trusses and glulam beams. These beams and trusses, set 24 inches apart, will support the weight of the entire second floor and will create a very sturdy base for the subfloor.
Southern Pine is an ideal species for this. It's a very strong product. It's the strongest lumber for engineered and framing application.
Throughout the interior of the house, we went with a 2x4 stud, and these all came from Temple Inland. Upstairs on the exterior, we went back with our 2x6 studs, and those came from Georgia Pacific. What they have in common is they're Southern Pine, and they're also finger jointed. And right here you can see the joints. About 12 inches up, you can see the next one. About every 12 to 18 inches, you'll see them. Now the reason they do that is because we're using newer lumber. These aren't old growth trees they're cutting down. These are new ones that are very easily renewable. And if you take a new tree, that stud is actually going to warp a little bit, and that can cause drywall pops and cracks and things like that in your wall, which we don't want. So they actually take these short sections that could have been waste in any other circumstance, and they put joints in them, and they press them together and glue them together. Now we have a very strong stud that's really smooth. Finger jointed studs have other advantages too.
One of the advantages is that you can cut them to the exact length that you need for your wall height. In this house, we've used 10-foot walls, so we've precision and trimmed them to the specific length, which means that there aren't little blocks of wood left around laying on the job site, and that is an environmentally friendly thing to do.
The framing of the second floor is carried out just like the first. The crew cuts and frames up the walls on the ground, then lifts the walls into place. Once the walls are up, the crew brings in the trusses that will support the roof. These trusses were custom built to fit the project house, and each one is engineered to carry a specific load. When the trusses are in place, the crew anchors them to the frame with metal straps, also known as hurricane straps. Strapping the roof to the frame ensures that the structure will hold together in high winds. For more information on framing materials and techniques to make sure that your new house is as safe and strong as it can be, contact us on the internet at michaelholligan.com.